Hey, welcome everyone to another winter sale video. This one is huge and almost burned me out. I packed over 50 games under $2 and boy did I find some fantastic titles. Grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. The Metro 2033 games stand out due to their immersive storytelling set in a post-apocalyptic world. They excel in creating a dark atmospheric environment that vividly portrays a devastated Moscow. The emphasis on survival, scarcity of resources, and the use of gas masks add realism to the gameplay. Additionally, the game's moral choice system influences the story's direction, offering players multiple endings based on their decisions. This blend of gripping narrative, survival mechanics, and moral ambiguity makes the Metro 2033 games a unique and compelling experience. Mirror's Edge is an action-adventure game set in a sleek, futuristic cityscape. You play as Faith, a free runner who navigates the urban environment using breathtaking parkour-style movements to outrun the enemy and complete missions. The game emphasizes momentum-based movement, allowing players to leap across rooftops, slide under obstacles, and perform acrobatic maneuvers to evade enemies and progress through the city. Visually stunning, even after a decade of being released and accompanied by an unforgettable soundtrack, Mirror's Edge Immersion is an experience you cannot skip. Award-winning game Her Story is an interactive game that unfolds through 7 fictional police interviews conducted in 1994. After interviewing a British woman, your goal is to deduce the context of answers by searching the database using keywords from the transcriptions. You will use a Google-like engine and accordingly tag clips for future reference. This is a fantastic game to play with a group of friends as you sit and work out the story together. If you enjoyed Her Story, check out the sequel, Telling Lies. Alice, Madness Returns. A visually stunning and darkly enchanting third-person action-adventure game that delves into a twisted version of Wonderland. You unlock cool magical abilities such as floating, shrinking, or growing to huge sizes in order to crush enemies. All this in addition to solving rewarding puzzles. The Witcher Enhanced Edition Director's Cut. The franchise needs no introduction, but for those that do, it is an epic RPG adventure with a gripping story, deep lore, and immersive gameplay set in a rich fantasy world. Flower. I am not going to call Flower a game, it is an experience. I am going to quote what few major reviewers said. The Telegraph, and I quote, "Flower is a remarkable and exquisitely crafted piece of work that transcends the medium effortlessly." Time magazine, and I quote, "It's an experience that anybody can appreciate and one that offers hope for video games' potential to steer the soul." And as one reviewer said, "It is cheaper than therapy." For the price, there is nothing else to say. And by the way, this game was developed by the same team behind Journey. One Finger Death Punch is a fast-paced 2D action game where players control a stick-figure martial artist. The game revolves around simple controls, mainly using only the 2 mouse buttons, but offers intense combat gameplay. Enemies approach from both sides, and players need to time their attacks to defeat them. The gameplay is rhythm-based, requiring precision and quick reflexes to execute attacks, counter incoming strikes, and perform various martial arts moves. With over 400 levels and a variety of weapons and abilities to unlock, the game offers a challenging yet satisfying experience focusing on mastering martial arts combat in a minimalistic stick-figure art style. This game is great if you have a cup of coffee, tea, beer with one hand and use the second hand to kick some stick-figure pixels. Do check out the sequel also if you enjoyed this. Refunct is another short platformer that provides a satisfying gameplay experience. You run, jump, and quickly move your way across a vibrant but basic world. There is a small amount of collectibles to be found, not to forget the absolutely beautiful soundtrack by Sing to Conley. This is a game that depicts beauty in simplicity. With over 15,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews and 10 achievements to collect, Refunct is a must-try. Hexcells is a logic puzzle game that can be quickly compared to Minesweeper. With a minimalistic design and easy-to-learn concept, getting into the flow of the game is simple and satisfying. A bit on the short side, but if you enjoy the concept, there are additional bundles that add more levels. Gato Roboto. Published by Devolver Digital, Gato Roboto is a 2D black and white Metrovania game. You control a cat that can climb and jump off walls, swim in water, and fit through small gaps. No damage can be done while in this form, and it's game over in a single hit. However, while inside of a mech suit, you gain multiple hit points, a gun attack, as well as several other upgrades found throughout the game, such as a double jump and a dash ability. Sitting at very positive reviews, Metrovania fans, this one is for you. Glass Masquerade is a relaxing, casual puzzle game with an eye-catching art direction. It's more difficult than the average jigsaw since most of the pieces are completely different from one another and must be put together before you can place them on the board. Hints will also help you along the way. If you are interested in assembling clocks from around the world in a total Zen experience, then Glass Masquerade is for you. The sequel is also at the same price. Superflight. Ever wanted to feel the adrenaline rush of base jumpers? Superflight does just that. It's a simple game created by 3 students and is great for quick sessions as you try to break high scores. Using a wingsuit, you have to glide across procedurally generated maps, and the more risk you take, the higher the score. Controls are very simple and the game is quite addictive. Rusty Lake Hotel is a point-and-click mystery game where your job falls into serving your hotel guests and make sure they have a pleasant stay. The game is easy to pick up and offers tons of puzzles, full of suspense and atmosphere. Rusty Lake Hotel is a surreal place where anything can happen. If you are looking for a short and sweet game with a creepy attitude, then Rusty Lake Hotel is a good place to book your vacation. Party Hard is a co-op stealth strategy game that places players in the role of a troubled individual on a mission to stop noisy parties. The main character aims to end these loud gatherings by any means necessary, resorting to stealth, traps, and environmental hazards to eliminate partygoers without getting caught by the authorities. Set across different locations with unique challenges, the game requires players to use various tactics and items strategically to take out the party attendees discreetly. With its pixel art style, killer soundtrack, and dark humor, Party Hard offers a unique blend of strategy, stealth, and dark comedy as players navigate through these party-infested environments. I personally had a blast playing this in couch co-op. Tower defense plus co-op plus first-person shooting mechanics is a rare combination. This is where Sanctum, developed by Coffee Stain Studios, makers of Deep Rock Galactic, steps in to fill part of the void and does a good job. Sanctum allows you to play with 3 other friends as you construct mazes using different towers to maximize your damage output. You, as a player, come in as extra support to help take down those beefy enemies by targeting vulnerable parts. We definitely need more games like this, and it is quite sad to see the tower defense genre die. Sanctum 2 is a sequel to it and is also worth a pickup. Milo and the Magpies. A short, atmospheric, point-and-click adventure/hidden object game where you have to guide Milo, the cat, back home through different gardens. Every garden is beautifully hand-painted. Puzzles are perfectly balanced between difficulty and fun. The soundtrack also does a great job of setting the mood. Fans of cats and point-and-click games, this one is for you. Blood and Bacon. At first, I wasn't sure what I was getting into until I saw the trailer. I was stunned to see that Blood and Bacon boasts over 24,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews, but then I understood why. This is a 6-player co-op game with third-person or first-person shooting mechanics where all sorts of crazy chaos happens. I think the trailer speaks for itself. The developers are still active and respond on community posts, which is quite a thing these days. This game is like Serious Sam but on steroids. You can buy 2 copies for $1, so go try it. Pony Island. Do not try to imagine what this game is about because I'm 100% sure you are completely off track. This is a game from the same developer behind Inscription, so I highly advise you go in blind. In short, Pony Island is described as a suspense puzzle game in disguise, and this is as much as I'll say. Islanders. Islanders is a casual city building game. You earn points by strategically placing buildings from an inventory on a procedurally generated island. These points are used to restock the building inventory, unlocking new types and the ability to move to a new island. At the core, the game is about chasing scores in a chill and relaxing environment. Distraint. Fans of 2D psychological horror adventure games will find something to love in Distraint. Created by a single developer, the gameplay is simple. Move left and right to solve puzzles to progress through the atmospheric story. The art and overall sound design are well executed and add so much to the environment. The interface is almost non-existent and provides a more immersive experience. Looking for a short and immersive game, Distraint is an easy choice. The sequel, Distraint 2, is also under $2. The Hex, created by Daniel Mullins, known for Pony Island and Inscription, is a narrative that takes place in a bar with 6 different characters the player controls. They are informed that a murder will occur in the same evening. Through the usage of flashbacks, the game encompasses different gameplay genres, each of which is associated with a player character. The developer created the game as a follow-up to the success Pony Island, which I mentioned previously in the list. If you are looking for a game with insane creativity, then The Hex is a must-play. Downwell is a vertically scrolling shooter with roguelike elements. Visually, it uses a palette of 4 colors. New colors can be unlocked. The art style and underground level design can be compared to Spelunky and Cave Story. The game has 3 basic controls: left and right movement and the ability to jump while on a solid surface. When mid-air, pressing and holding the jump button fires from the player's gun boots, and it all goes down from there. A simple and easy to learn game combined with an addictive game loop is what you'll find in Downwell. Milk inside a bag of milk, inside a bag of milk. A short visual novel game that is emotional and does a great job of representing mental illness. You just have to help a girl buy a bag of milk inside a bag of milk. The visuals are surreal to help portray the mental state of an individual, and they work well even in pixelated representation. It is worth the experience, and the worst you can do is refund it. With over 20,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews, you need to give this game a go. Press Any Button. A short and sweet arcade-style reflex-based game that has an incredibly beautiful narrative as it explores the idea of creating something and sharing it through the lens of an artificial intelligence. It gets challenging as you progress the well-written story. It offers a different and unique experience which I won't spoil. Stick Fight, the game. A thrilling 2 to 4 player multiplayer brawl offering fast-paced combat and hilarious chaos, perfect for friends and quick sessions. The game comes with a warning that friends will turn into enemies. Playable both online and in couch co-op mode. 100% Orange Juice. A cute and strategic board game style adventure packed with colorful characters and unpredictable outcomes. It is great for online multiplayer fun. I'm going to quote one of the reviews. I quote, "This game surprised me in so many ways. I have never really played a game like this before on a PC. I found it both fun and entertaining." End quote. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light is an action-adventure game that diverges from the traditional Tomb Raider formula. It offers an isometric perspective with arcade-style gameplay and focuses on cooperative play. Players control Lara Croft or Totek, an ancient Mayan warrior, navigating through various levels filled with puzzles, traps, and enemies. The game encourages teamwork to solve challenges, combining each character's unique abilities. You unlock new skills and weapons as you progress. What I enjoyed most was the fluid character animations, especially as you backflip and perform cartwheels. I blindly recommend this game for everyone looking for a fun co-op experience. The sequel was not the most polished, but still also worth a play. If you made it this far into the video, I'd really appreciate your support by subscribing to the channel. Let's get back to the games. Viscera Cleanup Detail Santa's Rampage. A quirky simulation game with a dark twist tasking players to clean up the aftermath of Santa's unfortunate rampage. It is oddly satisfying and has multiplayer co-op support with split screen. I hope I didn't butcher the name. LUFTRAUSERS, a high-octane arcade shooter featuring intense aerial battles, retro visuals, and addictive gameplay where you pilot planes in epic dogfights. This game is great for short sessions. Reigns, published by Devolver Digital, one of my favorite publishers if you don't know by now. Reigns is a unique, simple, and addictive kingdom management game where decisions are made through Tinder-like swiping, leading to unpredictable outcomes. Majotori. If you are a geek like me, Majotori is an engaging quiz game with a twist, blending storytelling and choices, making every round both challenging and entertaining. Framed is a stylish noir puzzle game where you rearrange comic book panels to change the outcome of a thrilling story. Again, I'm not sure of the pronunciation. SIMULACRA is a suspenseful narrative thriller where you explore a missing woman's phone. The game involves intriguing mysteries and decisions that affect the outcome. Divide by Sheep, a charming yet challenging puzzle game featuring sheep and Grim Reapers, combining math, logic, and strategy in an entertaining way. Learn Japanese to survive. Hiragana Battle. Want to learn Japanese in a fun way? Learn Japanese to survive. Hiragana Battle is an educational RPG that teaches Japanese through cool battles and quests, perfect for language learners. Train Valley, a relaxing yet challenging strategy game that tests your management skills as you build railroads across various landscapes. A normal lost phone. Imagine finding someone's phone while walking down the street and discovering you have access to all its content. This is the premise of the game, A Normal Lost Phone. As you explore the phone's contents, including messages, photos, and apps, you uncover the owner's story. I won't dive into spoiler territory, so make sure you check this one out. The Corridor. The Corridor is a short 30-minute game about pushing buttons. The fun narrative plays nicely with the simplicity of the gameplay. Some described it as you versus the developer. If you liked the Stanley Parable and the Beginner's Guide, then The Corridor is a must-try. Four Last Things is a charming point-and-click adventure game that stands out for its Renaissance-style artwork and clever humor. Set in the world of religious art, the game humorously blends classical paintings with modern problem solving, offering witty dialogue and quirky interactions. Its distinctive aesthetic and offbeat puzzles provide an enjoyable and unconventional gaming experience, albeit a relatively short one, making it a delightful choice for those seeking a unique and light-hearted adventure. The Pillars of the Earth is an interactive novel game based on the book of the same name. It tells a gripping story with beautiful visuals. You make choices that affect the tale's outcome. The game uses real history and interesting characters to tell a compelling story. It is a bit on the slow pace, but offers a rich and immersive narrative experience. Hero of the Kingdom 2. I came across this franchise by mistake as I was randomly choosing games to play from my Steam account. It is a point-and-click, hidden object style of game, as it all falls down to looking for and clicking on tiny objects on the map. In order to progress, you must pass inventory checks that determine if you have enough of specific items. It is extremely casual and relaxing, but also rewarding. High Hell, simply put, is a short, fast-paced first-person shooter with a very unique premise, art style, smooth gunplay, and an amazing soundtrack. It is published by Devolver Digital and developed by the makers of Enter the Gungeon and Heavy Bullets, so go give it a shot, literally. Puzzle with Your Friends is all about completing actual jigsaw puzzles alone or with your friends in online co-op mode, which also has an integrated multiplayer chat. All puzzles are hand-drawn by different artists, and it doesn't get more chill than this. Retrowave. Neon lights? Check. Palm trees? Check. Synthwave? Check. 80 supercars speeding down an endless highway? Check. Enter the world of Retrowave. A total chill driving experience in which you will first start with one car, then you will be able to upgrade it or buy other cars with the money earned at the end of each run. Four-Sided Fantasy is a short and sweet puzzle experience about pushing the limits of your screen. As weird as that sounds, and for less than $1, the price is right and well worth it. The game is also visually great as you progress through different seasons, not to forget the relaxing soundtrack. Golf Peaks. With positive reviews on Steam, Golf Peaks is a relaxing puzzle game where you climb mountains by playing golf. Select your cards wisely, dodge obstacles, and triumph. There are no power meters or angle adjustments here. With over 120 mountain tops, this is a great way to spend your coffee breaks. Gunlocked. Gunlocked describes itself as a twin-stick shooter without the twin stick. It is all about careful positioning and upgrade selection. As a player, you only control the movement of your ship, and the rest is up to your unique weapon targeting system, which will handle the attacking part. With hundreds of upgrades and 30 plus unique enemies, Gunlocked is one of the hidden gems I found on Steam. Payday 2, an action-packed 4-player co-op shooter with lots of mission variety, different skill trees to develop, and blasting audio design. Players engage in thrilling robberies, carefully planning their approach and executing intricate schemes. Players can choose from a wide variety of weapons such as snipers, assault rifles, and SMGs. These weapons can be also modified with enhancements such as optics and suppressors. At the time of posting, the game still peaks with 40,000 players online, so the community is still alive and kicking. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing is an action RPG set in a dark gothic world. You play as Van Helsing, fighting hordes of monsters and supernatural creatures with melee, ranged, and magic combat, in addition to a unique power-up system which can be modified on the spot. The game features an intriguing storyline and a steampunk-inspired aesthetic. If you are looking for a fun 4-player co-op Diablo 2-like game, then The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing is your answer. Final Exam. Final Exam is a co-op beat-em-up for up to 4 players online and 2 players local. There are lots of weapons to discover and crazy special moves and devastating powers to unleash. The combat system expands as you chip enemy health away with guns, perform combos or stuns, dodge attacks, and juggle enemies in the air. Enemy variety is great, keeping the action fresh. I forgot to mention that it has some funny moments too. Final Exam is not a perfect game, but it has charm packaged in a well-designed combat system. Heal. Heal presents a fascinating puzzle challenge across its 7 levels, akin to escape rooms. Each stage demands solving intricate puzzles to access the next. The game boasts a simple interface and is solely controlled by your mouse. Some animations seemed sluggish, yet they improved as the game unfolded. Additional strong points include the soundtrack, the variety of puzzles, the art style, and the way the story intertwined well with the escape room atmosphere. Last but not least, and if you have not played the classic Valve games known for revolutionizing storytelling and gameplay in the first-person shooter genre, you should buy Half-Life 1, Half-Life 2, Portal, which is the highest rated game on Steam, Portal 2, and Left 4 Dead. And that's it for me. I hope I helped you find awesome games. If I did help in any way, a thumbs up and subscription would be fantastic, as it helps grow the channel and allows me to keep posting more videos. You can check my other videos for more great Steam winter sale discounts. I'd like to take the chance to wish you all a happy holiday, and I'll see you in the next one.